Hey everyone, James Lambert here. Hope you're absolutely thriving wherever this video finds you. Enjoy me and Max out on the walk. Beautiful day today, bank holiday Monday here in the UK. And I just wanted to share my thoughts as I so love to do, in the hopes that you find some value. And I've been thinking really in great part about the various aspects of ourselves and how we deal with them. And more specifically, I was thinking that we can't solve a non-physical problem with something physical. And what I mean by that is many of us do a myriad of things, whether it's multiple relationships, gambling, recreational drugs, alcohol, whatever the physical thing is we try and do in the world to numb that pain. The pain is not physical, and so therefore no amount of said substance or thing, no amount of gambling or cheating or alcohol will set or solve that affliction. So the pain that so many of us are trying to self-medicate from is actually, although very real, it's non-physical. And what I mean by that, it's not located in the physical body. So therefore it's not, if you have broken your arm, you can go to the hospital and get that arm set. They put a cast on it, it helps it regrow stronger, so on and so forth. That's a physical, an actual thing you can see and touch. But so many of I'm talking at the deepest level of our essence, the pain, the trauma, the fear that we have been subjected to, it may have been done to the body, but the pain doesn't fully reside in the body. So unlike a headache where you pop a pill, the headache goes away, so many of us are self-medicating a non-physical problem. And I realised in my own life, I used fighting. Excuse me, just while I open this. In my own life, I used fighting as a way of trying to numb the pain I felt, and at its root cause, interestingly, and I use that word cause very deliberately, I was looking for a cause to belong to. So fellowship, brothership, belonging, externally looking for validation outside in the world through becoming a respected fighter. But this sense of belonging, of community, I've realised since it can only be given by oneself to oneself. So everything, and I really mean that everything that we are looking for materially, so again, that which we do physically, the drinking or the risk taking, whatever your addiction is, so to speak, we are looking, and the ways in which we show up in the world, seeking approval, particularly today through social media, likes. This acceptance, I've come in great part to see and believe, has to be self-acceptance first and foremost. And you see, then from that very solid foundation, you can then show up in the world, but you're not looking for external approval. So with your own approval, you do inherently what you want. But again, I want to go back to that cause. In seeking belonging, sometimes I know myself that can lead to, so in seeking belonging, in fellowship, in good company, so I attracted the company of other fighting men and bouncers. That I found that wasn't a cause that was close to my heart. Now that's okay if you grow and learn from that. In realizing that that wasn't for me, that led me to continuing my personal journey in the fellowship of other groups. What can be unhelpful here is then if you get stuck in the company of a cause that is not dear to your heart. And so you can spend your life as gang members do and organised crime. That which you were seeking was a cause, but we can end up in an unhelpful cause or belonging to a group that may not have our best interests at heart, and I'll leave it there. So what I've realised in that sense is the belonging we are looking for is really or is helpfully obtained first and foremost through the self-acceptance, and everything else can be added to that. And I suppose the big point was just I'd like you to ruminate on the pain that you are trying to cover or soothe is at least in some part non-physical. I've talked about both the physical and the non-physical before, but this pain, as I say, it's not like a headache, so you take a headache pill. It's lying at the heart of the matter. It's oh Max, come on, wait, there's a good boy. At the heart of the matter, it's an acceptance issue. And so therefore, if we are not truly accepting of ourselves, no amount of external validation, no substance, there's literally no amount that will soothe that malaise. And as I say, in great part, what has helped me is a commitment to a cause that's bigger than oneself. So for me, I want to make a true, lasting and positive impact on the male suicide statistics, particularly in the UK, but worldwide, by providing people hope and the knowledge that things can get better. So as I say, I've covered a lot, but I think the key things is just to really spend some time considering that the problems you are trying to heal by physically doing damaging things that you know aren't in your best interests, that alleviation of suffering may be best sought elsewhere. And that's maybe a more succinct way of putting it. As I say, there's no judgment, particularly with addiction, but what in great part I've come to see is that the pain we are trying to flee from will not be solved by more and more self-medication. And so I will leave that there for now. It's just my thoughts on this beautiful Monday morning. I hope there's been some value in that video. And as always, from my heart to yours, much love. And remember, you are unstoppable, and I believe in you. Take care.